Hey everybody, this is Review Revolution coming at you with another DC Universe Wave 6, Figure 1. Why are he's number 5 in the line? Because we did it backwards. We started with Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel and Superman have such a unique story behind them. I thought it'd be cool to start with them. Killer Moth. I mean, why not? I mean, look at him. Hawkman, we were already kind of in the countdown as it is, so Hawkman was next, and we're on Mr. Miracle. Pretty soon, we're going to be able to take a look at all 5 pieces together and see a completed Calabac. But for now, when we pop them open, we'll be getting that right leg. Cool. Nothing new on the pack, as I've already pointed out, just the regular Starburst. The first one actually have a 7-panel back, yet there's only 5 figures in the line. Okay. I guess the big news, or one of the big things to really look forward to, as you probably all already know, is that being the big year for DC, I think Wave 12, the Dark Side Wave, will be the first one that's going to feature the new box. And that's been a long time coming. I think they should have changed about 6 waves ago. But that being said, on the back we've got the Mr. Miracle pictures, the biography, as part of a peace pact, scot-free. I love DC and the puns they come up with these names. Scot-free was raised in an orphanage on the cruel world of Apocalypse. Young Scott finally escaped that destiny and made his way to Earth, where he was befriended by the escape artist Thaddeus Brown, known as Mr. Miracle. Under Brown's tutelage, Scott assumed the identity of Mr. Miracle and elevated to an even greater glory as an expert super escape artist. So, I guess one of the things on the bio, because that alone, okay, you know, he can perform, you know, on a wire above Manhattan. It doesn't really make him a superhero. I think one of the things that really kind of sets Mr. Miracle apart is the whole story behind him, as far as he is Highfather's son. Everyone knows Darkseid as being the leader of Apocalypse, kind of the Hell World. Well, Highfather reigns over New Genesis, which is the Eden. And it was the New God series that they all began to appear in. And it's a really great story. You know, the character designs I'm not 100% on, but the story behind it's very rich and very nicely interwoven with the characters. I certainly recommend anybody who likes a good story to go through and read the New Gods. There's a lot of really great stuff there. The story behind it being that Orion from Series 1, that I haven't got to yet, is Apocalypse's son and was traded to Highfather, and Mr. Miracle, scot-free, being Highfather's son, was traded to Darkseid. Darkseid not really caring for the boy, sent him off to an orphanage, while Orion was being taught the values of New Genesis. And I don't want to get into the whole story, but it's really good, very intriguing. It's really, really worth going back and looking at. But it does also tie to Calabac, in that Calabac is Darkseid's second son. And on top of having some jealousy towards Orion, he has kind of this disdain for Scott. And they carry that through, but they never really explained why. And that's why. It's because he is the adopted son of Highfather, as part of a peace between the two worlds. First appearance was Mr. Miracle number 1 in April 1971. Obviously, fans of puns. Real name Scot-free. Occupation super escape artist. Base of operations New Genesis and Earth. Special abilities Master Fighter, escape artist, aero discs for flight, and mother box contained in his costume. So his connection to New Genesis and that type of thing, that's what really elevates him to a superhero status, because I gotta say, that costume is almost as crazy as Killer Moth's. But we'll take a moment, we'll pop him out of the pack. I'm going to get that right one day. Pop him out of the pack, take a closer look at the figure, and we'll have some fun. All right. Well, now that we've got Mr. Miracle out of the pack, we can get a look at the figure, and I have to say it's a nice attempt, but it does come up short. It's probably one of the more disappointing ones that they've done. Not for any reason, for anything other than the fact it isn't done as well. One of the big problems that the figure has is his cape. It's a very hard plastic. It's not like the capes you get from Batman or Superman. This is a very, very hard plastic, and I think because of that, the sculpt here on the collar piece doesn't look as impressive as it probably should for the character. So, being that this is a very heavy cape, very thick cape, I think that automatically is giving it some problems. The paints themselves, a lot of red, a lot of yellow, and so therefore a lot of bleed and a lot of show through. So it's not something where, it's terrible, but at the same time you can really see separate pieces having different shades, and that is probably the other big negative. As far as the articulation goes, the head does turn. It's on a ball. Will go up and down, side to side. The high collar does limit how far the head can turn, but it doesn't take it outside the range of what you would put from a normal human being. The arm, same kind of thing. I mean, it's got the traditional articulation, elbow, wrist, but the cape kind of limits, what it can do. And for better or for worse, it doesn't make it any worse than any other movement for a human. Just, it's there. It is there. He has his crunch, which is actually pretty good. The cape makes a nice lever. He has a twist. Despite the fact that this belt is a separate piece, the twist is actually pretty nice. On his legs, the leg goes up, leg goes out, thigh cut, knee, and ankle. Take a look at the back of the boot. It even has sculpt on the back of the boot, which is nice. There are two things that I discovered when I was unpacking the character that I want to give a thumbs up on. I do want to give some pluses on. The first one is on the bottom of the boot. He actually has some sculpting, which I really haven't seen on any other DC universe figure. The Batgirl and the Batman from the 2-pack, I think it's the same Batgirl that comes with Azrael, has sculpting on the bottom of the boot, but this is the first one from a DC Universe line that has it. So that's actually pretty cool. So, thumbs up. In the way of his accessories, this is a good lead-in. His aero discs have kind of that same anti-grav circuit pattern, which is pretty cool. And it just snaps into the pegs. Oddly enough, his accessories go into his pegs, but it's the Mattel flight bases that are probably going to help him utilize them the best, because he doesn't really stand that well with them. And when posed with the other figures, you can't even tell he has them on. So, take that for what it is. His other accessory, get him ready here, is the shackles, which is more than likely what I'm going to go ahead and pose him with, because he is the escape artist. He was like this in the pack, and it actually does give a nice pose and help tell the story of the character. So I do like that. The shackles are pretty cool. They've got nice details on them. Nice coloring. Pretty cool. In the way of his last accessory, and this was the other thumbs up, was that underneath his cape on the back of his belt, he actually comes with a little mother box for opening boom tubes and controlling machines on Apocalypse and the like. So if anyone has a Mr. Miracle and hasn't checked, take a look. You may find yourself a little mother box there. Outside of that, he does have now his legs are a little loose, I think. I think that's probably going to cause me a problem later. But he does come with the leg of Calabac, the right leg. This makes the full figure, all pieces for the figure. But we do have two variants to go over. The Dr. Impossible and the Superman, the mullet-haired Superman in his red and blues. We'll go ahead and do a double feature on that, and then come back and take a look at the wave in full. But that's for a later time. For now, this has been the Review Revolution. We are racing to 1,000 subscribers, guys. We've got a full set of DC Universe Wave 10 that are on the line for 1,000 subscribers, and for 500, we're going to do a drawing for the DC Universe Wave 10 Batman and Joker. So rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution, and I'll see you guys next time.